Good morning, afternoon, or evening to all who have come to my channel, the official Sacred Sensuality. I am the Mademoiselle Sugar, and I have come to do a reading for my masculines. So, masculines, I am going to jump right into it, but first I must give you this disclaimer. This reading is intended for the masculines only. However, if you are feminine, you may resonate with this energy as well. Sex really does not matter. However, I channel this message specifically for the masculines as I feel that they are often left out of many of the spiritual conversations, especially in tarot. So please practice your discretion. I'm sorry, you guys, I am actually in Texas right now, but please practice your discretion and take whatever resonates. If it doesn't, just let it fly, okay? And I also do want to offer an apology to you guys. I've been missing for a couple of weeks. I was dealing with some burnout. Not just burnout from my channel, I run a business on the side, and I'm managing 3 calendars. That is pretty hard. Thank God one of them is not as active, but also you guys know that I am a corporate girly, and I have a life, so I had to get away, and I've been back and forth in between my home and Texas a lot. So yeah, let's jump right on into it. All right, you guys. So masculines, something is getting ready to come forward for you guys. I'm seeing what's getting ready to happen in your next chapter. It looks as if something is opening up for you emotionally. For many of you, this could be simply just healing. This could be getting out of your heads. I love this for you. I do. I was not expecting to channel love, but it came out, and I have to read it as Spirit intends me to. Right now, masculines, I feel that some of you, like me, have been dealing with some burnout. You're being encouraged to take care of yourself. Rest, prioritize yourself, recharge yourself, especially emotionally, if you have been through some type of emotional issue with someone. For some of you, however way you may feel that you need to pamper yourself, do not feel any guilt if that is something that you need to do. Because I felt really, really tired doing this, and I'm really not tired. I'm just, as I was shuffling, I'm like, this energy feels kind of sluggish, you know. So I'm feeling that for many of you, you just need a little bit of recharging of your energy. Take care of yourselves, you guys. There's nothing wrong with taking a day off, time off, hours off, however much time you feel that you need for yourselves. There's something waiting for you, whether that could be a person, an opportunity, whatever it is. There's something that's waiting on you on the other side of the door, but many of you have to let go of a fear. You have to let go of control. You have to not depend on an outcome of something. And I feel that for many of you too, during the time that you are being encouraged to rest and take care of yourself, you may find out that, or remember, should I say, that you have some gifts that you have been hiding. It's time to show it off for some of you guys. I also feel that with this gift card that is here, there are also some other talents that are in the process of being developed for some of you guys, whether that's a different training or school or something like that, bettering yourself in some type of way so that you can get ahead in some type of way. Whatever this gift is that you guys have, it's going to land you more money if that's something that you are intending to do. Let me move this out of the way, my luggage. I'm sorry, you guys. I also see here that if you were mentally dwelling on something, it's time to release that. Because as I mentioned before, there's a closed door right now, but there's something waiting on you if you release it, if you don't dwell on it, if you don't dwell on control. What if there's something bad? Having a scenario of something in your mind of how something should play out. Release that. Because I feel that what's on the other side of this door for you is better than you expected. You know, and I feel for some of you, you may be nervous or feeling tense for no reason. And that's because many of you probably are used to being in control, and many masculines are, and there's nothing wrong with that to a certain degree. But spiritually here, you have to release that control. And I'm being told the spirit really wants you to focus on resting and taking care of yourself. You have not been making yourself a priority. For many of you, you need to go to the doctor. That was straight up channeled. You really need to go to the doctor. Get your blood levels checked, see your PCP, all of that stuff. It's time to take care of yourself, you guys. And I feel that is very important because for many of you, if you've been feeling very, very tired, because I do have the strength card here, and the strength is literally that, is strength. Your strength, your vitality could be waning in and out, or one day you may feel really good, one day you may feel really tired, one day you feel really disciplined and motivated, the other days you may be feeling really, really bogged down because you may feel that you have so many responsibilities. But it's time for you to take care of yourself so that you can rejuvenate the spirit of yours. Because what I see here, you do have the Two of Cups. You do have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is not purely, it's not purely just love. It's also partnerships. And I'm seeing here for some of you, it's there's a partnership that is waiting to be developed between you and another person, something that is going to emotionally fulfill you, and not just another person, it could be an organization, something that is going to emotionally fulfill you. But you're holding on for dear life to something. And I feel that the holding on or the hoarding of something with this Four of Pentacles here could really just be holding on to your stability or something that you may feel is stable. But let me tell you something. Stability comes in many forms, you guys. It's not just the money we make, you know, that is a very important part. But stability comes in many forms. And I feel that for some of you, if you feel that you let go and you give in emotionally and you make this commitment to this person, this organization, this thing, whatever it is, you may feel that it's going to interrupt your life and you feel like you're not prepared for that. But oh my goodness, Spirit doesn't give a damn. Spirit doesn't give a damn because the Tower is next. And that is about upheaval of some sort. Now, not all upheavals are bad. Sometimes things need to be rebuilt, right? And that's what I'm seeing here. There's something that needs to be rebuilt. And I'm feeling that something that needs to be rebuilt is you. It's you. Your courage may have been tested time and time again. You may have just been tested time and time again, and you may feel like, damn it, I'm just so tired. Which is why Spirit is saying rest. Sit down and rest. You need to use this time with the Hangman here. That is about waiting. That is about making a sacrifice. That is about developing new perspectives. And while all of that is true, I feel that for some of you, you have sacrificed so much. So much of your own strength, so much of your time, so much of your energy into, it could be many different things, many different projects, and you forgot that you had ambitions and goals and passions and talents and gifts, like I just mentioned before. You may have forgotten all of those things, and Spirit is kind of reminding you to tap back into that. It's time to tap back into that, you guys, because you want to be fulfilled is what I'm feeling here. Many of you could be feeling like, I don't know, I'm not necessarily getting like a pure void, although I'm not going to rule that out, but just, like feeling like something's missing. And for many of you, that is a partner, that is a committed partnership, because I do have the 3 of Cups here. And not just that, you guys, I feel that many of you are just missing joy. I really do. You could be working all the time and not really having time for, just fun, just, hanging out with friends, hanging out with family, except for when, you have to do a Sunday dinner or, something like that. And I feel for some of you could be a little tired of that too. And don't feel guilty. Don't, don't feel bad about that. Sometimes we can only take so much of family, right? And that's the same with anything in life. You spend all the time with them, and then next thing you know, that's the majority of your life. You have your social skills start waning outside of family, right? So what I'm saying here is like, you want that joy back, you want the friendship back, and I'm feeling that you want. I'm feeling a lot of dreamy energy. Oh, let me fix my mic. It is falling. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me pin my shirt together. Hopefully it'll stay still this time. Okay, yes. So for some of you, you could be feeling like you want a homie lover friend. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm the same way, right? You want a significant other. You want a real partnership, someone you can grow with, someone you can build with, someone you can have fun with, someone you can help bring out that inner child. I'm feeling for a lot of you guys. You just really, you've been so busy, you've forgotten joy, you know? And that's life. Life happens to us like that, but Spirit is reminding you to go back and get that joy again that you deserve. And that's why I see the Taurus here, because it's like you're tired. Spirit is tired of seeing you go through crap, being tired, tired of seeing you missing out on the joys of life. But now it's time for you to go out there and get some of that joy. Let me look at something here. All right. Ooh wee. All right, you guys. No matter how unbreakable you may feel, no matter how many hardships you've endured, how much strength you've had to put forth, I'm really feeling tired, you guys. It's not me. I'm not tired like physically at all, but I am feeling a fatigue of some sort. Don't forget that you're human, okay? You may be unbreakable right now, but how long will you be unbreakable for? For many of you, your heart, I feel, could be the thing that is unfulfilled. It keeps going back to emotions, guys. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Confirmation burp. It keep going back to your heart. You are an original, so let yourself follow your own heart, is what Spirit is saying here. Some of you are in powerful positions. Powerful positions aren't just, work, being a supervisor, manager, CEO, lead director, all that stuff is more than that. For some of you, your powerful position could just be a patriarch. I don't care how old or how young you are. You could be 27 and a patriarch. The one who's always taking care of the family, always helping out with bills, always, you know, um, um, fixing things for others and driving people around and, you know, making sure they're good, taking them grocery shopping, doctor's appointments for your elders and things like that. That is a powerful position that many people often overlook because it's just something that, yes, while it should be natural for many families, for some people it's not looked at as just as important as being a CEO or manager, whatever. But there is, you guys are in a powerful position. You know, even if you're a single dad, that's a very powerful position. You're forgetting that you're human. You're forgetting that you have needs too. You have these desires too. While there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking care of your family, you must not forget yourself. And Spirit is constantly saying that you're, even though you've been called to lead in other parts of your life, now you're being called to lead what I feel is the joyful part of your life, the part that you're missing, that partnership that you want, that relationship that you want. I don't necessarily see a person just yet, especially a feminine. There's no feminines here yet, but this is more so focused on you with these cards here. You want to be seen as victorious. You want to be seen as successful. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel that many of you may feel that you may not be deserving of a relationship or love or joy or, you know, good times, because you do have so many of these responsibilities, and it constantly puts you at a fork in the road, a crossroads. Some of you may want to make plans but feel like, oh, if I do that, then this one thing that always requires my attention, it won't be taken care of. That's not true, you guys. Right now, it's all about your perspective. You don't have to be in charge all the time of every little single thing. Your desires are calling you. That emptiness that you feel when you go to bed, it's calling you. It's dying to be filled. That empty space on the side of your bed, the passenger seat that's empty. It's calling you. Your future significant other is calling you. And you know it. Spirit knows that you know it. The moon has been coming out a lot in the readings lately, even in my personals that I do. But I feel that, you know, with the moon card here, your feminine energy is wanting to be receptive. It's wanting to receive. Let me explain that a little bit. Masculine energy gives. Feminine energy receives. Let's use our anatomy as those who classify as male and those who classify as female. I don't give a damn if you were born that way or not. If that's something that you classify as, that's you, okay? When you classify as male, you are the giver. When you classify as feminine, you are the receiver. Once again, think about the anatomy. I won't go too graphic because this is YouTube, but think about the anatomy, okay? A feminine, female, biological or not, she receives, am I correct? Masculine, biological or not, he gives, am I not correct? Now I'm using anatomy in this sequence, okay? Everyone carries masculine and feminine energies. And I'll always go back to how it is scientifically proven that even boys start off as girls in utero. Okay? Now, your feminine side, which every masculine has, wants that love. It wants to be fulfilled. It wants that partnership. It wants that friendship. It wants that bond. With the moon card here, it's lonely. It's lonely and it's been dormant for a while with the Four of Swords next to it. That does talk about a period of rest, and in some tarot decks, especially the Rider-Waite deck, it signifies a medieval soldier or knight in a church, in a tombstone, laying down, resting. Sometimes he's dead, sometimes he's resting. I don't get neither. I get dormant, very dormant. There's a dormant energy that you've placed it in your mind. You've blocked off the intuitive part of you, that feminine part of you that taps in and says, I want this. I need this. I have to have this. For some of you, you could have shamed yourself into wanting it because you have so many freaking responsibilities. It's very dormant, and it wants to be awake. It wants to be awake. It wants to wake up. It wants to know what it feels like. And for some of you, it wants to know what it feels like again. For some of you, it wants to know what it feels like to do it right. Because right next to it is the Eight of Wands. Wands is that fire energy, that Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, right? That's fast movement, fast energy. It's ready. It's also, when I think of the wands, and this is something that is in tarot, because most tarot decks, and I'm not going to say most, I want to say all, right? The symbolism of the wands for the masculines who have that particular anatomy, it is your wand. It is your wand. Your wand wants to give and it wants to receive. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Because right next to that is the Page of Wands. That is about planting a seed. It wants to give. It wants to receive. It wants to release. For some of you, it wants to create. When you put all of it together, it is simply creation in general. This is fast-moving energy. If there's someone that you know you miss, you love, you want, you have a feeling for, hit them up, man. Life is too short. Life is way too short. And I think you'd be surprised by the answer you may receive. You know? I believe that this person, this energy that's next to it, will be very receptive to yours. And there's nothing wrong with going at it with a little bit of curiosity. You just don't want to go in there in too much of that page energy, especially as the Page of Wands is very immature, but it's curious. Take the immature part out. Use that curiosity. I always say curiosity is very, very, very sexy. It's also flirtatious energy. Just don't stay in that energy too long if you know that there's something your heart wants. If you know you're carrying feelings, I'm feeling for some of you, there's a torch that you may carry for a particular person. Wasn't expecting that one. You may carry a torch for a particular person. And from what the cards are showing, that this person is going to be pretty much very receptive, because I used a different deck because I was curious. And I said, since this is love, what's going to happen next? What's the possibility of something happening next? I feel that for some of you, you may make a very impulsive message while you're drinking. Being a little nosy, trying to see what this person is up to, how they've been, what are they doing, who they're talking to, because you want to know your position. Detach from the outcome. Detach from the outcome. You can be flirtatious without appearing as if you're not there to give. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean that in the sense that you don't just take from a person, because the energy, the receiving energy is going to be like, wait a minute. So you're just hitting me up just to see if I'm available, just to see if you have access? Are you fucking crazy? Like, I know that's something I'll say. Are you crazy? Like, what do you have for me? What do you want from me? So set your intentions and make them clear. Don't you go to that person empty-handed. And don't you go to that person with this very immature energy. Curiosity is still sexy. There's someone that you may have dealt with before. And I feel like for some of you, you may want to know if you can work it out with this person. This person you feel could be the only person that could set you free of your own mental entrapment. Do you know you guys did that to yourself? Yeah, you did. You did it to yourself. I'm reading from my after tarot. The after tarot is about what happens after the energy of the tarot. Typically, with the Eight of Swords, it talks about it's a feminine energy. It's a woman standing behind 8 swords, and she's blindfolded and typically on her knees, and it represents mental entrapment of one's own doing. But there's a message that a lot of tarot readers often say, and I've said this myself. There's no one there to save you. But in the after tarot, there is someone there to save you. There's a soldier coming in, and he is setting this woman free. He's cutting the cloth that was wrapped around her. So for some of you guys, you may feel that although you've placed yourself in this mental prison of, oh my God, do they want me? Can I work it out with this person? Do I have a chance? Can we get back together? You did that. And you feel that they're the only ones who can set you free. However, did you take the chance? Because I have the Fool card here. They can't set you free. You think they can. They can't. You have to release your own thoughts. You release your thoughts by simply taking a freaking chance, you guys, with the Fool card. The Fool card in the typical Rider-Waite deck, he's fallen off of a cliff. The dog is like, oh my God, dude, what are you doing? Right? He's just taking a leap. He's the Fool is not, it can be, but it's not literally about being a fool, at least in this sense. You may think that if I reach out, if I reveal too much of my hand, if I reveal too much of my feelings, then I am going to get rejected. I'm going to get hurt. It's not going to go the way that I want. Once again, you have to detach from the outcome, detach from the outcome, detach from the outcome. In this deck, the guy takes the leap, but mid-leap, He's smelling a flower. Smelling a flower. That's telling me that you have to stop planning so fucking much and make the damn move. Make the move, masculines. What are you doing? Make the move, babes. Because I feel like this person is also waiting on you. You got to understand something, especially if you are a man, if you identify as a man, not just masculine, especially as a man. A man sets the tone in the relationship. Whether you're actually in a formal relationship, you're just talking to someone, you want to reconcile with someone, it doesn't matter. A man sets the tone, not the woman. Because if you're coming in there giving her some rank ass energy, I have to pull something from the Caribbean, right? Up out of me. If you're coming in there with some rank ass energy, she's gonna multiply that rank ass energy. You come in there with confusion, she's going to be just as confused as you. And now she's asking you 50,000,005 questions. You're like, what the hell happened? That's because you've created the confusion. Don't be a fool in that sense. You know you want this person. Talk. Hey, I want you. Do you want me? Can we talk this out? Can we work this out together? Be for real. You'd be so surprised how many women or feminines are really receptive to a person being straightforward and honest and not stringing them along, because you know what you're doing. You're doing something that's so powerful and that is so sexy and so underrated that a lot of masculines don't understand. You're giving her clarity. You're giving her something to work with. You're giving her clarity. You're giving her understanding. You're giving her something even more precious: intention. Do you guys understand that? Come to her with intention. She's going to be receptive to that energy. You just got to take the leap. And look at here. You're carrying all these heavy emotions, all this, because I have the blues card, and it literally says mental distress, heavy emotions, scared. What are you scared of? Are we in 7th grade, masculines? Let's grow up, babes. Let's grow up. Let's step up, okay? And this generation of men acting the way that they are, leaving women in befuddled. You guys, and I'm not going to say you guys, there are men, there are masculines, those who identify as masculine. You are looking like a bunch of bumblefucks. You're literally, because you have not been taught the way, many of you have not been taught the way that it is okay to be a little emotional in a healthy way, and how to balance your emotions and how to express them. You make yourself scared. You give yourself that mental distress because you're automatically expecting rejection. You've never been taught that it is okay to express yourself. Excuse me for many of you. Confirmation burp. Many of you have had a lot of that old school drilling in your heads. And while some of that played its part as some part in your life, and it was probably very useful, because not every feminine is an angel. I will say that. You just have not been given the chance to be healthy and balanced in your emotions. And you're carrying this around, and unfortunately for some of you, you may have to get a little liquid courage. And yes, while a drunk person can tell the truth, a drunk person can also look very, very foolish and very much like that was the only way you could feel brave. No, not with the strength card here. You gotta be braver than that, baby. You're worrying too much about it. I literally have the card that says you worry too much. You worry so much. Stop worrying. Don't let the liquor cause a misstep and mess it up further if you're trying to get back into someone's energy. Clear your head, honey. Take that time off for yourself. Clear your head. Go to your feminine. Clear-headed, intentional. Apologetic if you need to be. Now, I'm not saying beg. Nobody should be begging. Unless you know you fucked up just that bad. But nobody should be begging. But go to your feminine. Because that's where you want to be. A lot of you guys, you know exactly where you want to be. That's that Donnell Jones song I'm hearing right now. It's called Where I Want to Be. Is she where you want to be? As far as where your heart has a home, your feelings have a home, you feel safe, you feel accepted, you're able to be vulnerable, you know you can be loved, you know you trust her. Why aren't you there? Why do you feel that she will reject you? Did you fuck up that bad? Because if you did, now you gotta strategize. And there's plenty of education on how to strategize into getting back into her energy intentionally. Not just with your selfish needs and desires at heart, but hers, her desires, what she wants, what she needs, what she deserves. Because a lot of you're on the verge of like exploding. I can't hold back any longer. You sure in the hell can't, because let me tell you what's next. You coming from up under this mental heartbreak that you've probably given yourself. And I'm not saying that, there's an feminine out there who didn't induce this, because there very well could be. So we're not going to dismiss that. But for some of you, for many of you, this is self-induced. You could have broken your own heart by doing all those things that I mentioned earlier in the reading. Having your energy everywhere, forgetting yourself, and expecting her to just be there waiting for you. That's not fair, man. You broke your own heart by not giving her the truth. You could have simply just said, hey, I have a lot going on. I really like you. I really want to be with you. I don't know how to handle this. Are you okay with that? I don't know how to take it to the next step. Do you have any suggestions? I really want to take it to the next step with you. Do you want to? There's nothing wrong with having those conversations. Feminines are we respect men who are able to communicate. Because for us, it's like, even if it's fucked up, as long as you told us, dude, at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, you told us, and you told us with intention. So we're forced to take accountability on our part, not your part, our part, right? That doesn't mean you take advantage. What it means is that you gave her a choice, and choice is sexy. Choice, clarity, intention is sexy. Communication is sexy, you guys. Use it. She's waiting on you. I don't even have to have her energy here. I feel it. She's waiting on you. With this Three of Pentacles, you got the Three of Pentacles in 2 different decks. She's ready. She's just waiting on your ass. But she's not going to be there for long, you guys, because the Pentacles is slow energy. If you take too long, somebody else would have been snatched her up. And the position that was supposed to be yours now belongs to somebody else. Don't trick yourself out of your spot, baby. Don't do that. Now, with that being said, stop watching me. Get your ass right on over to your feminine, where you know you belong. You know you want to be at. You know you want her. And go get her. With that being said, guys, that is the end of your reading. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Please like, share, subscribe. I really do hope this helped you guys. And I hope it gave you a little bit more courage and a little bit more oomph. Sometimes we just need that, even as a masculine. You may need it, and it's okay, baby. We're human. Nobody's perfect. And because you know that you're not perfect, don't go in there acting like it. Just go in there with pure intention, pure feeling, giving her your heart, your feelings, okay? And detach from the damn outcome. I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.